Hi Soul Fam, happy Monday and welcome back to our channel where we do tarot card readings every single week. I am Frances, I am a Reiki master healer, a tarot card reader, a tarot card deck creator, a spiritual channel, and all-round spiritual metaphysics lover, girly, all the things. Before we dive in, I wanted to let you know that through tomorrow, June 11th, I am running a sale on my site for all online courses and all tarot card decks. It is in honor of my daughter Margot's first birthday. She's turning 1 on the 11th. So if you would like to save 11% in honor of the 11th, use code Happy Birthday Margot and MARGOT, and you can save 10% on these tarot cards, which comes with the 78 cards and the guidebook, as well as my Intro to Tarot course that is included. If you want to purchase any of my online courses on their own, I have Intro to Tarot, which teaches you how to read tarot cards similarly to how I do. I have the Source course, which is an introduction to spiritual metaphysics and connecting to your spiritual team. I have Chakra Flow, which is 7 classes to balance out your chakras individually, plus a bonus class to balance out your entire system. I am a certified yoga instructor, and it is taught in a vinyasa style. And then the last one is called Crystal Clear. This is my Intro to Crystals course. You learn how to crystal grid for manifestation, as well as how to crystal grid your space. And then I also have a course bundle where if you bundle all of those together, you save quite a good investment. So I have also recently lowered the prices of those courses for no other reason than life's tough right now financially for a lot of people, and I wanted to do what I could to make these classes and this information a little bit more accessible. So 2 of the classes, Crystal Clear, Chakra Flow, those are $29.99 each, and then Intro to Tarot and the Source course, those are $39.99 each, and when you bundle them together, they are $99.99 for all 4, which is about $40 or 30% savings. Okay, that was a lot of information, but if you would like to purchase, again, my tarot card deck or any of the online courses or all of the online courses, the link to do so will be in the description box below. Save 11% with code Happy Birthday Margot. Okay, now let's dive in for our tarot card reading for the week. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to make sure you get these readings every Monday. Like this video when something resonates with you, or now if you'd like. Working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed and protected, and theirs as well. Welcoming in my spiritual team. And each and every person who is here, welcoming their team forward. Okay. What do we need to know? What would you like to share this week? June 10th is Monday through Sunday. I'm seeing a shell, so potentially this idea of like being really mindful of your energy this week, knowing when, kind of like a hermit crab, right? Knowing when to retreat and then when to reemerge. Just being really mindful, of your energy levels, and honoring your needs as they arise, trying not to push them off. Okay. So we have 2 cards and 3 cards. First card of the set of 2. Oh, I love that. 10 of Cups. Wow, and Temperance. Okay, so I'm going to show you these cards in a moment, but the way that they're coming through together is this really like lovely energy, but a reminder for, I'm just gonna close my eyes so I don't get distracted. They're saying a reminder for patience so you can focus on the good things, a reminder to create space so you can soak up the joy from where joy exists. I know a lot of us have been struggling right now with the weight of the world. This came up a little bit last week in terms of like, well, my problems aren't like that big of problems because look at what's going on, or like, how can I be happy when all of this suffering is happening? And I'm talking globally. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. And so while that energy can exist, while compassion can exist, while, efforting in our own way and to do what we can in those areas can exist, we are also, as mentioned last week, but a reminder here, being given permission to, because of that suffering, or maybe I shouldn't say because of, that's not what they mean. They're saying in light of that, with the knowledge of that suffering, not taking for granted the joy that we have, not feeling guilty for our joy. We can be grateful for that. And maybe there's this sense of melancholia underneath it because we're like, oh my gosh, like, why do I get to be blessed? But not almost wasting it away, instead leaning into it. And again, like having maybe even more patience in areas so that you can have more gratitude. So an example of that might be, maybe for me, okay, like I'm still not sleeping through the nights with this baby, this amazing baby. But maybe it's like, as I'm, in her room at night, I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But maybe it's, I'm in my child's room. My child has a bedroom. My child has a house. I get to hold my child, right? That's the one side of it. So having gratitude and again, offering patience in the hard moments to find what there is to be grateful for. That doesn't mean you can't be frustrated at the situation. That doesn't mean that you can't be so desperate to go to sleep. That doesn't mean that we can't have the heavy feelings around our reality, because everything is relative, right? We can express sadness and we can pull out the joys from within it. Now, on the flip side of that, or rather I should say, in addition to that, we're also being guided to soak up the joys, right? Our life, we are so privileged to have joy in our life. So take it, appreciate it, lean into it. Yeah. And particularly in, if possible for you, this idea of family. So showing you the cards now, 10 of Cups, this is the overflow of joy and abundance, and especially in forms of family and in emotions. So in your immediate family, leaning into that this week. Maybe you want to plan a family day or a date night, or a trip to the park or whatever it is. Maybe this is chosen family. Maybe you want to have your friends over for dinner, or maybe you want to call your aunt who you haven't spoken to in a while, or whatever it may be. Again, kind of just like a check-in to be like, whoa, I have people I love. I want to tell them that I love them for no other reason than I just want them to know that. And I want to lean into my relationship with them. We also have here Temperance. Now, separating all of those messages. One second. Got it. All of those messages from the beginning. With this card here, Temperance is the card of patience. It's also the card of leaning into your intuition and your heart space. So leading from the heart and from the joy. So this feeling of like, I'm going to soak up all this joy. I'm going to give gratitude even when things do feel hard, even when I'm halfway in, halfway out. That's also what Temperance means. It's kind of like you have yourself in many hats and you're like, oh my gosh, wait, which one needs my energy right now? This feels more emotional this week. You're like, I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling joyous. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling impatient. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Like all of these things. You can even, we needed an exhale. Spirit is saying, see how you can hold all of it in patience with it all. Understanding you are human. This is a lot of energy. And maybe the call to family is to have a moment of solace and connection to almost pull us out of what might feel very spirally emotionally. Temperance is also encouraging you to give yourself grace, to have patience with yourself and honor your small needs and desires. Going back to that shell imagery of like, what do I need right now? What would make me feel good and joyous and overflowing in those happy feelings right now? Maybe it's, making a coffee. Maybe it's booking the flight. I don't know what that's going to be for you. Maybe it's taking a nap, right? But it's inviting yourself to create enough space and give yourself enough grace and patience in maybe a bit of an upheaval type of emotional energy, so that you can notice and appreciate what you have to be joyful and grateful for. Soak up the joy and the gratitude as it is coming. And 3, create that for yourself. Okay, so from these cards, really the main focus here is patience, grace, understanding that it all can exist at once, and follow. And rather not even follow, because it might be hard to see, but rather turn inward, go into that shell so you can hear and honor what is being asked of you at this time for you, for your own heart. Leaning into your relationships, doing something for yourself, and appreciating the good things as they come, or when they're not there, and you might have to find that silver lining. Okay? That was quite a lot from those 2 cards. If you need to go back and watch and take notes, please do. Okay, then we have these 3 cards here. I have a feeling this is a repeat from last week because it's a little bit bent and my daughter was folding them up last week. So we'll see what that repeat card is. But the first one we have here, 8 of Wands, okay. 10 of Wands, that's good. I'm glad to see that as well. And then Queen of Cups. Yeah, so repeat card from last week, this cup energy, again, emotions. But let's start here with 8 of Wands. As I said earlier, there might be kind of this upheaval energy this week. 8 of Wands is highlighting that. I'm actually seeing news cycles. So it might be not in your immediate world, not in your immediate reality, but more, I hope that it's nothing too crazy, but kind of seeing out here maybe some things that are hard to see, or it might be close to home. Again, these big feelings that you're feeling inside. But 8 of Wands, this is really about overwhelm. It's very a windy energy. I always equate this card to going outside with long hair and like you can't see anything, or being tumbled in a wave and your hair is in your face and you're just like, which way is up? A little bit of that energy this week. It might be in relation to like schedules and things, but it feels more internal. It doesn't really feel, well, when I say internal, I mean internal response to what's happening out here. So, yeah, it might be like overwhelmed with a schedule or things like that, but it feels more, again, I'm seeing news cycles. So just that weight of the world, it might feel just a lot to carry. And I'm hopeful that more heavy stuff isn't going to happen. However, that is out of our hands at this time in terms of the majority of us, which is such a blessing, but also can feel so hopeless. But 8 of Wands is just saying be mindful of an upheaval, but mostly in your emotional self, in your heart space, in your brain space, your mental health, your heart. Maybe this is a week that you want to take extra care there. So trying to slow down. We have this wand energy, trying to slow down, maybe talking with a therapist or a healer. I am available, I think, if not this week, next week for one-on-one sessions if anyone feels called. But like getting that support to really help ground you down. The good news here that I love is this 10 of Wands card. This card is a completion card. This is the path to paradise. We are almost at the end of this. So I'm hopeful that this is on a global scale and therefore a lot of us can have that beautiful exhale, but also in your own world, in this like energy that's very close to home, your feelings, your thoughts. But what is required of us then in this 10 of Wands energy is getting to the end. It's like that final stage of work before it's complete. So I want you checking in with yourself and maybe even the guidance of last week. What emotions are coming up? What triggers are coming up? What inner critic or repeating, looping thoughts are coming up that really need our attention this week? Now is the time to do that work. And if it feels too overwhelming to do it on your own, please get support from your family, from a therapist, from a healer, from your spiritual team, from God, because the completion is available to you. Being finished with it and done with it and ready to let it go is available to you this week. It's just a matter of not being so overwhelmed by it that you don't do the work. Instead, lean into that temperance energy, lean into the support of patience, of grace, of space, and receiving support where possible so that you can finally get over that hump. And what's going to happen when you are finally over that hump is coming into this Queen of Cups energy. Queen of Cups is flow, is joy, is ease. She's just like roll. It's like, just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost that like mermaid energy. It's like really just lovely and flowy, and emotions no longer overwhelm her. Queen of Cups represents emotional intelligence, so much so that she doesn't get swept up by these big feelings. She doesn't get so overwhelmed by things that she can't manage in her own life. Now, that doesn't mean she doesn't feel things, but she is more able to move through them because she has learned the skills that have already been shared with us here and last week. So we are moving towards, in a really hopeful way, completions, lovely completions, getting over hardships that we've been experiencing in our lives. Yay! So that we can come into more ease and flow and grace in life. So your final piece of guidance that's coming through with Queen of Cups is, Where are you going? What is ease for you? What is flow for you? What is joy for you? I want you creating lists or even a vision board of what that looks like. When I am in my Queen of Cups energy, what does that mean? When I am in this flow state, in this joy state, what does life look like for me? Because this week I'm actually going to focus on cleaning up all of the things that I need to that have been shared already. And then I'm going to refocus my attention and awareness on being in the Queen of Cups. I am the Queen of Cups. I am in flow. I am in ease. I am in abundance. I am in joy. I am in connection, and they're saying consideration with the universe. And what they mean by that is you are no longer separate. You are one. I am in connection and consideration. I love that. They're saying the consideration of the universe means that you are so connected with universe that universe is now taking, not that they haven't before, but universe is now taking you into consideration of how you can work with it and how it can work with you in that flow. Oh, I love that. I love that. So maybe even sitting with that mantra, I am in connection and consideration with the universe. And maybe that's a vice versa. Considering the universe is inside me and I'm the universe and we are on the same team and connected as one. What does that mean for me? And how can I tap into that universal energy, that infinite expansiveness within myself to know that I am worthy of receiving and being in flow state with joy, with ease, with abundance, with grace, with love? Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, everybody, please let me know if you have questions for me. Please let me know how this resonated with you. I always love reading that in the comments. If you feel called to donate to what I call the love jar, I will leave my PayPal donation link in the description box below. This helps me to show up with energy for you every week. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to like this video and subscribe to this channel. I am sending so much love to you, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.